welcome to For You English. I'm Laura.
And I'm Reese.
Oh my god, I've got another really cool personality test.
I love doing these.
没错，又到了我们就是主题绘画，但是首先我们要是来一个先比较好玩的东西，就是心理测验。那我都知道大家很喜欢用手机，对不对？ Smartphones.
I use one sometimes.
Okay, sometimes be good. 但是你们知道从手机的握法The way you hold your smartphone 可以看出来你的人际关系耶 shows your personality. Very interesting. I wonder if this one's going to be accurate or not.
I predicted it will be.
OK, 好，我希望这个要比较准哦，因为上次我跟 Reese 玩的，我们觉得有些还好，对不对 ？OK, so 那我们来看一下有哪些方法我们是握我们的手机。我们先来想想看。So, what are the possible ways we could hold our smartphones or cell phones?Well,
the first one is you can hold it and use it with only one hand.
OK, 我好像不会这样，就是一只用手握手机，并且用同一只手的大拇指滑手机。This is not me.
Okay, yeah, I don't think this is me either. But then there's B, which is hold it with one hand and use your thumb of the other hand to scroll and type.
这个好，等一下，这个是不是我呢 ？OK， 就是一只手握手机，然后用另外一只手的大拇指滑手机。我现在已经一边念这个，然后一边在做这个动作。I don't know. I want to check out C and D first.
Yeah, let's see the other ones. So C is you hold it with both hands and use both thumbs.
这听起来有点白痴怎么样用双手 both hands like 好像 you have tiny hands like
right
like yeah okay
I imagine kind of maybe older people using their phones
还是
this
小
way
朋友 like babies 我在想说
right.
用双手握手机并用两只大拇指滑手机 that sounds like Doraemon 因为他的手都是圆圈
That's right and how about D so D is hold it with one hand and use your index finger of the other hand to scroll and type
这个一定是我觉得我听到这个就是我了
That's me as well
一只手握手机然后用另外一只的食指 index finger 来滑手机 I'm gonna go for D
I'm gonna go for D as well
okay.
which is good because I think we're kind of similar in personality
I know, yeah.
But at the end of today's article we'll find out exactly what they might mean for your personality type But for now let's get into the article which is an emergency
Ooh.
Reading
Making an emergency call. Fred and Bonnie are home alone. Bonnie screams.
Bonnie, what's the matter?
There's a snake in our bathroom. It's huge.
Close the door before it gets out.
I'm so scared. What should we do?
We have to call an emergency number. Someone will come and take care of the snake for us.
But who do we call? The police? Their number is 110.
Maybe. Or should we call the fire department? That's 119.
I have no idea. Hurry up and think of something before that snake breaks down the bathroom door.
There must be someone who deals with animal problems.
Wait. Call 1999. That's the citizen hotline. They can help. Fred dials 1999.
It's an automated message. I'm not sure what to do.
Dial extension number 9.
Okay.
What do you need?
There's a snake in our house.
Okay, so today's article is called Making an Emergency Call, and it's a scary one. All right, let's get started. So at the beginning of the article, we learn that Fred and Bonnie are home alone. Bonnie screams.
Oh my god, what's going on?
Well, let's talk about what a scream is before we find out what Bonnie is screaming about. Scream is a verb, but it can also be a noun. And when you scream, it's that loud, high-pitched noise that you make when you're scared or you're in pain. People maybe also scream when they're excited too. So screaming can be useful as it lets other people know that there might be a problem. Do you ever scream, Laura? Ah!
All the time. To my sister's kid. She's such a pain.
Here's an example sentence. Everybody screamed when the monster appeared in the movie.
Oh, okay. I love horror movies,
Me
though.
too.
Okay. 所以一开始我们看到底今天要发生什么紧急状况呢 ？Making an emergency call. OK， 就是当遇到紧急状况，你该打几号？首先，我们先来看一下情境，就是 Fred 跟 Bonnie 他们两个人都待在家里，然后突然 Bonnie 就开始大叫。我们应该知道 scream 这个字不陌生吧？它是一个动词，不过也可以当做名词，就是有尖叫的意思。Actually, this word reminds me of that movie.
Oh, Scream?
Yeah, way back. 对
It's a really famous horror film.
很久以前有个恐怖片，但是 OK， 如果你们好奇，你们或许可以去找找看这部片哦。Okay.
Only if you're over the age of 18.
对，你要18岁以上哟。OK. Now you know what? I can't stand kids screaming and running around in public.
That's why I don't have my own kids.
I know, but it's okay if they scream with laughter.
That's nice.
That's cute. Okay, so let's find out more about this, what's going on here.
Okay, well, after Bonnie screamed, Fred says, Bonnie, what's the matter?
没错，通常我们发现一些事情不妙的事情，我们可能当然就会问 What's the matter？ 就是发生什么事啊？怎么了？那当然你也可以说 What's going on？ 或是 What happened？ or What's happening？
Well, let's find out. I bet you will never guess why Bonnie is screaming. Well, she's going to tell us. Bonnie says, There's a snake in our bathroom.
What?
It's huge.
This is quite funny.
Unusual.
这个还蛮妙的哦。他说有一个超巨大的蛇在我们的厕所里面。
And it's Fred, and Fred says, Close the door before it gets out.
I would do the same thing too. 就是把门关起来，在这个蛇跑出来之前。
Although I have seen one video on the internet where a snake opens a door.
What?
Have you seen that video?
No, can I? I'll be sure to check it out after
I will
our thing.
show you later. Snakes can open doors,
What?
apparently.
How?
My goodness. Okay, back to the article, and it's Bonnie, and she says, I'm so scared. What should we do?
真的，我也会跟 Bonnie 一样。他说：“我超怕的。那我们应该要怎么做呢 ？What should they do?”
Well, Fred has a good idea. He says, we have to call an emergency number. Someone will come and take care of the snake for us. That's a very smart thing to do. So Fred said we have to call an emergency number. Emergency is a word in the title of this article, and it's usually a noun, but here it's kind of used as an adjective to describe the phone number. So an emergency is a situation that needs immediate attention. An emergency is usually a dangerous thing that happens when somebody might get hurt. So examples of emergencies include car crashes or serious medical problems like a heart attack. These all require attention right away.
Sure.
Here's an example sentence. If a bad storm hits, we can hide in the emergency shelter under the house.
OK， 好，接着我们回到课文哦。刚刚 Fred 就说，我们应该要做什么事情？要打紧急救助电话，就有人会来帮助我们把蛇这个处理掉哦。Emergency， 我们先来看一下这个字，单单使用就是有紧急状况的意思。不过通常它会跟一些字词搭配着用。举例来说，我们课文的 emergency number 就是指这个紧急救助电话 ，OK？ 那常常我们还会跟什么搭配用？像是 emergency exit 就是指安全出口 ，OK？ 这个逃生非常重要哦。or emergency landing 就是紧急迫降。这通常如果在飞机上有发生什么事情，可能就要 make an emergency landing。那刚刚又看到一个片语 take care of something or somebody 就是处理或者也有照顾某个东西或是某人的意思。举例来说呢 Can you take care of my dog when I'm away for the weekend, Reese?
I would love to do that.
Okay, maybe it will like 朋友
Yeah, you can take care of my cat if I go away.
Okay,
Hopefully
totally.
your dog and my cat don't fight each
I
other.
know.
That would be an emergency. We also use the word emergency when we're talking about the emergency room at a hospital.
That's right.
So hospitals usually have different parts, and one part is just for people who are maybe having a checkup or just talking to the doctor. But the emergency room or the emergency department is where you go if you're suddenly very sick or you have some kind of injury. So that's a very important place. Well, then Bonnie has a question. She says, "But who do we call? The police? Their number is 110."
哦，这时候 Bonnie 好像有点不大确定，那到底是要打几号呢？这个 emergency number， 他说，但是我们要打给谁呢？是警察吗？那他们的电话号码是不是110啊？
Well, Fred has a response. He says, maybe? Or should we call the fire department? That's 119. Oh, okay. Fire department for a snake? I actually don't really know what is the right thing to do here. Let's talk about the word department before we explore more. So department is a noun, and a department is a section or part of something larger, usually an organization. So schools have departments for different subjects like science, English, and math. And a big company like Google will have many different departments that do different things, such as a marketing department, a software department, etc. Here's an example sentence. Mr. Fox is the head of the math department, but also teaches classes regularly.
OK， 好，这时候 Fred 就说哈，他也好像不大确定，他说 maybe 可能吧，还是我们应该要打给什么呢 ？The fire department 就是消防机关。那他是说，那应该是要打119吧。首先，我们先来看一下 department 这个字，它通常是组织或者是机构中的什么什么部或者是系哦。这个如果在大学就是什么系 ，OK， 像是英文系就是 the English department 或是 the Department of English。或者 department 还有处以及科还有室的意思，所以都要看上下文而去分辨哦。那如果在一个公司，它通常有某个部门的意思，比方像是 The sales department is or are having a surprise party for Jim this week， 就是这个星期那个销售部哦会将举办一个 surprise party 就是惊喜派对给 Jim 哦。那如果呢，我们来看一下 the Department of Social Security， 在英国这边指的就是社会保障部，所以其实 department 这个字有一字多用。Actually, I don't know if that's the right. I think you can actually call the fire department to take care of that snake. I think.
Yeah,
because they do a lot of things here in Taiwan.
They do. I think people think that they just fight fires, but actually they do a lot of other things.
Yeah.
You know, like saving people who are like stuck in places.
They are really good. Okay.
Yeah, it's a hard job. Well, Bonnie says, I have no idea. Hurry up and think of something before that snake breaks down the bathroom door.
Yeah, 他说 Bonnie 说我完全不知道，可是要快一点哦，而且要想办法在那条蛇把浴室的门给怎么样撞坏或摧毁之前。当然，这个是很重要的哦，尤其是刚刚 Reese 说，原来 snake can open a door， 所以我觉得 ，Yeah, be quick, guys. OK， 所以 break down something 就是捣毁啦、摧毁呀，或者是拆毁某个东西。举例来说 ，fireman had to break the door down， 就是有时候在紧急状况，可能一个火灾的场景啊，就是当然一定可能不得不把门赶快给破坏掉，然后进入。但是 break down 其实也有其他的意思，它通常是指机器或是车子故障抛锚。For example, she was late for the meeting because her car broke down. Okay, so yeah, you want to explain more about this phrase, break something down?
Yeah, so break down has so many different meanings. Like you said, it can mean when a machine kind of stops working. We can also use it to talk about how we can explain something in a simpler way, right? So if we're talking about a difficult subject and I say, hey, Laura, could you break that down for me? I'm basically asking Laura if she can explain it in a simpler way so that I can understand. A very, very useful phrase.
Right, okay. So I'm going to find out what's going on here. Okay, so what does Fred do now?
Well, Fred says there must be someone who deals with animal problems.
这时候 Fred 就说，可是应该会有人处理类似像这样子关于就是动物的问题啊。OK， 那 deal with something 就是处理某件事情。I hope they think fast because the snake is probably going to open the door anytime.
Yeah, well, Bonnie says, wait. Call 1999. That's the citizen hotline. They can help. Oh, that sounds like a good idea, and I didn't know about this number.
Okay, same.
Well, what is a citizen? Citizen hotline is what Bonnie suggested they call. Citizen is a noun, and a citizen is a member of a country. You are a citizen of the country that you're born in, and to be a citizen, you must have a passport for that country. But you can change your citizenship by applying with the government of that country. So, for example, an example sentence could be, my friend Sam is a citizen of both Taiwan and the US. He has 2 passports.
I have 2 passports as well.
So lucky.
I'm a citizen of both Taiwan and Australia.
That's so cool.
I know, okay. 所以呢，我们回到课文提到的就是 Bonnie 说，等等，他突然想到咯，他说呢，我们可以打1999，因为呢是民众市政服务专线，那他们可以帮忙哦。其中我们提到的 citizen 就是我刚刚跟 Reese 有提到，就是有公民或是市民的意思。因此我刚刚说我有2个，就是我有澳洲，还有我是台湾的公民哦。OK， 那我们来看一下 hotline， 刚刚也有提到哦，就是通常是指一种紧急情况之下用来像是咨询服务的热线 hotline。OK， 蛮直白的翻译哦。比方像是呢 ，We need our schools to teach students to be good citizens， 好公民。
All right, back to the article. Fred dials 1999. Okay, so he's gonna call this phone number. He's going to dial it. Dial, which is spelled D-I-A-L, is a verb, and to dial means to enter a phone number into a phone, or on an older phone, you might actually need to push the buttons of the phone number that you want to call. Or on even older phones, which is where this word dial comes from, you'd have to put your finger in the dial holes and pull the ring around to call a phone number. It was much less convenient back then. So here's an example sentence with dial. I dialed the wrong phone number and accidentally called somebody I didn't know.
Oh my god, how embarrassing.
That's happened many times.
I actually miss one of those older looking vintage phones.
They're cool.
I actually want to have one at home.
I think
so
kids these days probably don't even realize what they look
like,
right? Yeah.
OK， 对啊，你们还记得吗？就是以前就是很古老，可能你们阿嬷会有的，但是可能都丢掉了啊。就是 dial 这个字，其实它是源自于就是有圆圈的状况，然后我们就要慢慢一个一个拨号。不过现在我们有手机，我们就直接打出去就可以 dial，就是拨号这样的意思。
Hey Siri, call Laura.
对呀，现在用 Siri 就可以帮你 dial，OK，automatically， 对不对？自动的。那这个字可以当做动词来用在本课哦。那所以呢，在本课当中 ，Fred 他就拨打了1999。那 dial 常常可以用在口语当中，举例来说。Can someone dial 911? An old lady got hit by your car. 哇，天哪 ！911 是什么呢？其实，在美国的911就等于我们台湾的119。所以，如果发生什么紧急状况的话，比方像是刚刚例句当中，就是有一个车子，它不小心撞到了一个老太太，在美国就是要打911。
Okay, so Fred has just dialed the number, and then he says.It's an automated message. I'm not sure what to do. Uh-oh. Well, what does that mean? Automated message. Well, automated is an adjective, and if something is automated, it works on its own. It does not need a person to make it work. So an automated message will be kind of like a robot that's speaking to you.
OK， 所以呢，他打了1999，可是是个自动语音讯息。这时候 Fred 就慌了，他就说我不太确定到底要怎么办。这里我们先来看一下 automated 这个形容词，就是指自动化的。What about this word message?
Well, message is a noun, and message is a piece of information that you give to somebody.So a message can be written down in a letter or note, or it can be sent using your voice.Message can also be a verb, which just means to send somebody a message or give them some information. An example sentence could be, Vivian just sent me a message. She says she'll be joining us later.
Nice, okay. Message 相信大家不陌生吧 ？Message 就是讯息的意思，它是一个名词。我们可以说 message from somebody， 就是有人从某个地方他传讯息给你，或是 a message for 什么人，就是你要给谁的一个讯息，或者是 leave somebody a message。Jimmy left a message saying he would probably be a little late. OK， 那课文，所以刚刚回到课文提到的 automated message 合起来就是自动语音讯息。And does Bonnie know what to do?
Well, Bonnie says dial extension number 9.
他就说，赶快就是按或是拨打这个电话分机9号 ，OK， 就是9 extension 就是电话分机。
Seems that Bonnie knows what to do.
Yeah.
Fred says okay, and he does it. And then a dispatcher says, what do you need?
OK, dispatcher 是谁呢？通常呢，它这个字本身是有车辆等等交通工具的遣派员或是调度员，所以这时候接电话的 dispatcher 他就说：“你们需要什么协助呢？”
All right. And then, of course, at the end of the article here for day 1, Fred says, there's a snake in our house.
And then probably followed by a scream. 就是 that sounds like a horror movie. 我们家有一条蛇啊！然后如果他们后面还有个惊声尖叫的时候，哇！
It reminds me of that movie, Toy Story. There's a snake in my boot.
So cute.
Love it. Well, that's the end of the drama for the first day of this article.
Cliffhanger.
Let's see if we'll have some more drama tomorrow. But first, let's go to our closing and learn more about how our smartphone holding habits can tell us about our personalities.
Okay, I can't wait to find out my answer.
Me too.
Okay, 就是从手机的握法，还记不记得可以看出你的人际关系？如果你之前回答的是 A， 就是一只手握手机，并且又同一只手的大拇指滑手机。Here's your answer. Are you ready? Because Reese, you said you could be an A.
I could be an A. Sometimes I'm an A.
Okay, 所以你是一个乐天也有自信的人。So you have a carefree personality, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're very confident.Okay, 能够接受生命中的挑战 You're always ready for a challenge.
That's true.
而且不会有过多的担心 Really? You aren't worried about what ifs and buts?
All of that sounds like me.
No, seriously.
Yeah, I'm a very carefree person.
Oh, I wish I was an A. 可是我这个 that doesn't sound like me. 因为我会紧张 I get nervous easily. Okay, what about B? Do you remember what B was?
So hold it with both hands, but you only use one thumb to scroll and type.
没错没错。如果你是双手握手机，然后用其中一只手的大拇指滑手机，你是个实际的人 You're a practical person. 但是有时候也非常的完美主义 A perfectionist. That doesn't sound like me.
Sounds a bit like me as well. I'm definitely a perfectionist, yeah.
You are?
I am. I like to do everything to 100%.
我觉得你是Okay, what about C?
Well, C was when you hold it with both hands.
Oh, the baby one, or the old.
And using 2 thumbs.
Okay, 如果你是双手握，然后用2只大拇指滑手机呢 Are you ready for this? 你做事很有效率 Oh, you are very efficient. 你的家人还有朋友总是仰赖你的意见 So, wow,
This is also me.
Count on your advice. 你少来这个
This is also me. Like my friends look to me for advice, and
Really?
I'm also very efficient.
Okay, that is true.
But
I would
honestly-
ask for your advice too.
Well, thank you. And there was D, which is when you hold it with one hand.
我觉得是我啦，这个应该是 D 了。
And you use your index finger on the other hand to scroll and type.
我不小心看到答案 This is so me.
So you're a creative person. You take your time to get to know people before deciding to open up.
This is so me. 我真的很有创意 I'm totally creative. 可是我真的会花一点点时间才慢慢的开场心房 I like to observe this person a little bit first.
Sure. Well, you guys can look at this. Remember, it's only a bit of fun.
Yeah,
so
don't take it too seriously.
the way that you hold your phone isn't necessarily your definite personality.
Now they're going to change the way they hold their phone now. It's like,
dear.
I don't want to be an A or a B.
Yeah, well, it's such a subconscious act now, holding your phone because we do it so often. But that's all we have for today. Please join us again for tomorrow's article where we'll be looking at more emergency situations.
Vocabulary Review.
Scream. When Deanna's brother suddenly jumped out at her, She screamed and threw a book at him. Emergency. The teachers are trained to deal with emergencies such as fires and earthquakes. Department. Tom's department at work is responsible for legal things, so he had to study law. Citizen. Gary moved to Canada, but he can't vote there because he's not a citizen yet. Dial. If you need an ambulance in Taiwan, you should dial 119 on your phone. Message. Robert came home to find a message on the fridge. Gone out to buy milk. Mom.
字汇小补帖
Automated.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作。活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net